Hi guys, TMH here, and today we're going to do a wee bit more work in the mass harvester. I want to add a sugarcane farm, a cactus farm, and cocoa bean farm today. So we're back on the creative server. I just want to remind us of how it was set up in this harvester. So the sugarcane and the cactus are harvested in such a way that they will just regrow. So if I, oops, if I power this on and it were to harvest, the base of the cactus remains, so it will always just regrow. However, I find problems in this, the cactus especially. When you harvest cactus, sometimes it just falls straight down or onto the piston and it's destroyed. So for the cactus and the sugarcane, I am going to sacrifice the regrowing ability and just focus on getting a 100% harvest. I'll show you what I mean, oops, later on. But also the cocoa beans are a replant as well, each harvest. Anyway, we'll take a quick look at some designs I've been making up with Misfit, and we'll see which one we're going to use for the mass harvester. Okay, so here's a problem I really need to address. I don't know if there's any way of stopping these guys spawning in water. Anyway, these are the designs I came up with and Misfit helped me with some, but I'll show you them. I had an idea for the cocoa beans to have a long strip of jungle tree and then pistons like this that would shuffle it across, but the cocoa beans don't actually harvest. They just stay there, so that's not happening. This is the design I'm going for. It's the same as my mass harvester anyway. It's 100% efficient, and all I need to try and do is work out maybe ladders down here, how I'll replant it each time, but that's easy. This one's a simple harvest though. You can just join it up to the main switch, water falls down, and everything is harvested. So that's an easy one, I think. Now the next problem I had was sugar canes. Sugar canes are the same as a cactus. When I had a strip of pistons above the first layer, when it hit, or when the piston's activated, you know, usually the sugarcane just lands straight on itself, so you don't get the full amount of sugarcane. I think it's very ineffective. And because with the mass harvester on our other server being quite small quantities, I would rather completely empty the sugarcane each harvest and then replant it. I'm happier doing that and getting a full harvest rather than a very poor one. So what I've done is linked the sand that the sugarcane grows onto. It's lined up with pistons, sticky pistons, these guys, and when the power is activated they will retract and it will be a 100% harvest. So I'm pretty happy with that. So of course, again, once this was harvested, I would come back in and just replant. But I don't mind that. This mass harvester isn't for a huge quantity, it's for the fun and the banter. But it is quite resource intensive, so probably have to steal some pistons from somewhere. And finally, the cactus took me a while to work out. this is pretty much the final design I had in mind, and it would be a long strip of these. I kind of copied the sugarcane idea of retracting the sand, and it works pretty well actually. The sand retracts, and most, 90% of the harvest falls into the water. There is one or two that remain, but it was, that's pretty much all of them except one. But in seeking to try and get 100% harvest, so none of this, no wee bits left, with the help of Misfit, I have designed this, and this will be the final design. Basically, pistons underneath the sand will lower, so the sand will completely submerge under the water, and all the cactus will fall. So this is 100% harvest, which I am really happy with. So just like that. Oops. And again, you would just replant that afterwards. So these are the three designs I'm going to put into the mass harvester on the other server. We're going to head over there now and just start working on it. But for now, that's the idea I've got. Really happy with these. I know it's a pain having to replant the items and plants that can be, they can regrow anyway, but I would prefer to have a 100% harvest and replant rather than losing loads, because that's the main problem with that mass harvester. The sugarcane just doesn't, it's crap. it it doesn't give you anything. So we'll head back to the other server and start working on that. So here we are, guys. I've spent the last half hour trying to get a mushroom through these portals just for a continuous source of food, but man, oh, I gave up and just walked this way with the wheat to get the mushroom here, because that portal glitch is a nightmare. But I do have a mushroom now, so continuous source of food, don't need to worry about that. I actually want to try and design, it's hard to explain really, but some kind of pod that the mushroom will go in, and I'll cover it somehow, but you can go up to these pods, right click them, and your mushroom stew will fill up. I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to design a few things on the creative server and see what I come up with, but I just like the idea of this sort of pod sticking out the ground and just, going up to it, getting your food. I'd like to dot that around the village, a few of them. Anyway, so last episode we got up to date with wheat, netherwort, carrots and potatoes, and eggs. Oh yeah, before I forget, there was a glitch last episode with chickens falling through the harvest system. I had left a glowing pumpkin up here in that gap, so yeah, that was the cause of the trouble. I've left that one there for light, obviously, but I removed that one and straight away there was no trouble, so that's good. So now I just need to work out where I'm going to put these things. I think I'll try and create a couple of mushroom farms today as well, and I'll probably just put them directly above the farms. Maybe the exit tubes will come down here, because once the harvest starts, water's flowing anyway, so if the mushrooms fall onto that, they'll just flow as well. So I might build 2 of each, 2 red mushrooms and 2 brown mushrooms, either side here. So I'll get work on that. I'll try and find a place today for the sugar canes and the cactus and the cocoa beans. This is going to be a busy day. But I'll get working on that. Before I go though, I was talking to Misfit the other day, and obviously while you replant everything, you've got to leave the time for it to grow again. So I think at the front door somewhere, or the front entrance, at the front entrance somewhere, I'm gonna have a second sort of room, and that'll have a rail track inside, and the rail track will go round the outside, or I thought it would be quite cool to sort of weave around here. Anyway, it'll come to about here, and through here I'll make another entrance for the spawner. So I'll make a zombie XP farm, I think. Pretty simple one, either a drop or a crusher to like half a heart. And you can just sit here, gather up some XP. I'll have an enchantment room and everything with it, anvil maybe as well. So you can just let your XP build and get some XP grinding done while you wait for all the crops to grow. So I don't know when I'll work on that. That'll probably be last, but for now anyway, I'm going to work on hollowing out the areas that we're going to have the different farms, and I'll be right back when I've made some progress. Hi guys, just a quick update about the mushroom farms. I've laid out the tracks for the mushroom farms, and I think I'm going to be able to fit in 3 sets of each colour, so 3 red farms, 3 brown farms either side, and they fall directly into the path of the water streams when I'm harvesting. So I'm going to hollow all these out and get ready to wire in probably pistons so the water can flow around the mushroom farms and deposit them down. They'll go straight above here. So I'll hollow them out and I'll be right back. So here's the entrance to the mushroom tunnels. We've got the redstone torches running up through some wire, and the redstone goes to the centre. I was originally going to have 6 mushroom farms per side, but these 2 sets here are too close together. I tried getting water to flow correctly, but it wasn't working, so the sides have been cut down to 4 mushroom farms per side, but that's still more than enough. I've just finished setting up the water for this side, so this is the red mushroom side. I was just testing the flow was working okay. I have covered up all the redstone wirings. You can't see it, but it goes all the way down either side to pistons that raise and lower to let the water flow out. So hopefully, all going well, when mushrooms grow, they will grow in here in these sort of pods, and then when the water flows it pushes them all down and it'll go straight down these chutes. I'll block everything off, take away the ladders as well, and have glass tubes running down into the farms below. So I'll just set up 1 mushroom farm this side to show you what I've been doing. I'll finish them up, try and let them grow a wee while, and then we'll give it a bash and see if it harvests okay. So it's pretty simple really. The wiring's simple as well. I blocked it all up with cobble just to, oops. You know, it runs all the way along into each piston. Let me just block this up again. You've got your source of water behind here. I've cut it down to 4, but it's still more than enough. The other mass harvester only had 2 of each, and you still got a pretty good amount of mushrooms for that. So anyway, you get your source water block behind here, behind this piston, block that off, put your mushroom down, cover that up, and that's it. That's your mushroom done. The way mushroom physics works is really boring, but the main mushroom block under there won't get washed away, so mushrooms will continuously come back here and regrow, and I think, you know, on average, if you leave it long enough, you'll get about 2 to 3 mushrooms per farm, which is brilliant. That's more than enough for what we need. I'm going to let everything grow a wee while, and we'll see if we can get any mushrooms out of this. Okay, so I'll be right back. Time for an update. I've been down at the bottom of the harvester for a while, and mushrooms are beginning to grow, so good news. I've got them both sides. We'll do a full harvest, but I have been busy down here. I've made 2 new water channels. They join onto the main one and they go up here. What I'm hoping is, right now, I'm going to grab some TNT and take out this middle section. I reckon with a bit of squeezing together, I should be able to fit the cactus farm and the sugarcane farm in this middle section. This should be enough. This is all I've got left from my probably 4 stacks I've used so far for this project. So, can't waste precious TNT, but we'll just try this for now. Ah! Ow. Ow. Ah! I'll have to design a way of easily getting to each area and replanting, because that's obviously the key now, because I've gone for a full replant rather than leaving the cactus and things before, but it's alright, it's okay. Well, I'm going to neaten this area out a wee bit, and I'm going to go back to the creative server, because I've pretty much forgotten everything about the cactus farm and the sugarcane farm. So I'm going to go back there, measure them up, see how long I want them, but pretty much, you know, the length of here would be okay, really. That'll be a pretty good harvest if I can get the sugarcane farm running up here, and then directly above it we'll have the cactus farm. In fact, I think I'll do it cactus at the bottom, because the pistons come from underneath for that. So just for easiness and wiring, I'll have the cactus below and then the sugarcane on top come into this tunnel, and the cactus will go down to this one. So I'm going to neaten this up, and I will be right back again. Well, this project just got very resource intensive. I've laid out, this is the cactus farm here. I've laid out the basic design, and I've fitted and redstoned the first section of 4. So currently Misfit's on his way with some more pistons from areas I have lying around. But so far this is the basic layout. Let me just fill this in with ice. Oops. Oh dear. I brought a silk touch for this. Oops. When it's growing, the sand blocks will be raised like this, and then when the power is switched on at the entrance, these will all lower down like that, and the cactus will be harvested, flowing down into the water, and it will carry on from there. But it is very resource intensive, this. There's, although I've blocked it all in, you've got a repeater per piston and redstone in between that, so It's quite, oops, quite resource intensive, but that's the price you pay for 100% efficiency, I guess, or well, 100% harvest. Let's just fill that in. So it's quite a... I think it looks okay, it's good and compact, and that's the main thing. But still... Man, I'll have nothing left after this. And I've still to do the sugarcane farm, which, if you remember, on the creative server is a line of pistons. Just had a eureka moment. No, actually, I take that back. Scrap that. If you remember from the creative server, the entire length that you want the sugarcane farm will have to have sticky pistons. So I'm probably gonna have to visit Misfit's slime farm, get some more slime balls, get making more sticky pistons. I know I've got some more still at the village, and I've got enough iron to make some that I need, but hopefully there'll be a stack coming soon of repeaters and pistons, so I'll fire them in here, finish up the cactus farm, and oh, that is one problem I've been having a lot here. Oh, he's outside. But because I can't have too many lights around until everything's sealed up, there's quite a lot of dark areas, and I haven't had any creepers yet, and touch wood I don't, but I don't want... I've had a few skeletons popping up behind me and ruining things, but... Anyway, I'll continue on with this. I should expect Misfit soon. I will finish this up, and I'll be right back. Look what the cat dragged in. Misfit arrived with loads more pistons and redstones and repeaters for me, so this shouldn't take much longer to complete. I've done 3 sections now. Misfit was of no help at that point, but he's spinning around. But yeah, it looks good. Nearly there. The pistons are working fine. I've covered everything up, so I better not have made a mistake or I'll be quite annoyed. Thank you, Misfit, for taking my stuff for me. Yeah, wave, yeah, that's right. I'm sure it was a relief to get away from your secret project. Hi guys, just a wee update on the sugarcane farm, and I've made a puncture again. I'll fix this up. It's, well, mobs will be around, but it's nice to get the light during the day. So the sugarcane farm is just 3 wide. There'll be 2 full lengths of sand, but they all need pistons, so I'm gonna have to go make more, I think. But the pistons will line right along with the sand, and like on the creative server, when you go to harvest, the sand will retract and the water will just push everything down. So shouldn't take too long. It's right above the cactus farm. The cactus are growing just fine. The main thing I want to check with the cactus farm is when it harvests, if loads of cactus will come on this wall, I will probably have to have a wee redesign if they do. But I'm going to let it fully grow and then we'll give that a test harvest. But for now, I'm just going to continue working on the sugarcane farm, and I'll be back once everything's done. So I've been doing a lot of tidying up and sorting out the mass harvester. Ooh! Is this something new? So I'm just going to give you a quick show around of what I've done, and then we're going to go for a mass harvest and see what we get. Mushroom's still working well. So we've already got the wheat, netherwort, carrots, potatoes, eggs, cactus and sugarcane, and I've just finished a cocoa bean farm. So we'll head up and see that. I've also neatened up around here, put some more lighting in, and I started putting half slabs around, just so there's a wee bit less jumping around. I've also moved the seeds chests around, and I've added seed chests for the other farms. I like that sort of backlight effect there. So I've got that. And this is the cocoa bean farm. I've only put in 4 sets of jungle wood because that is actually a really big harvest. It's about, on average, 150, which is fine. That's you'll never need that many cocoa beans. I'll just quickly show you the red stone. It's 4 pistons under some water, and it's as simple as that. When I switch on the harvester, pistons retract and the water flows down. Finally, I neatened up the sugarcane farm, fixed the hole, and down here I've added either side some piston doors. It's a good way of replanting quickly. You can go right up and replant. So I've let everything grow. Haven't touched the mushrooms for ages. I've removed all the steps and things, so from now on, if I need to go and see the mushrooms, I'll have to tunnel up to it or do something. But added all those glass towers, and yeah, we're good to go. Let's just, I hope I've wired everything up. So let's go and see how much we get. Chickens died at some point. I'm gonna light the caves up underneath here at some point because it's getting annoying hearing everything. And I'll light up the area. But for now, I think that's probably about it. I'll stand here a few more minutes and then I'll tally everything up. It's so weird seeing everything empty. But anyway, we've got another just over 4 stacks of everything pretty much. 1.5 stacks of cactus, two stacks of sugarcane, a few mushrooms, and 2 stacks of wheat there. So I'm happy with this. It's getting close to the end actually. I'm going to add the watermelons and pumpkins up here, and I'll try and fill the cow killer in here. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I thought today, instead of some bonus footage, I would finally reveal my secret project. So when I first made the server, after finding the village and building up some resources, I made a point to find this area. So I will finally open it up. I don't think any of the other guys have had a proper look at this yet, but we will have a look now. So I thought we would complete the last bit of the jigsaw. There's a lot of ghasts. My village is just over that way, and here is my secret project. Like I said, in the first 3 weeks after I had got the village ready, I started collecting ender pearls and blaze rods to make blaze powder, and made a whole bunch of ender eyes, and they led me here. Ho, ho, ho. Just to confirm, I was the first one to find this, not Misfit. It's actually sat here for quite a while, not doing anything. I was just waiting to get settled, and then I would open it up, and hopefully soon we will go and kick some dragon ass. The rest of the stronghold is around here, and I still have to mine all the blocks, so I'll slowly do that. I'm not really in a great rush. So I thought we would activate the portal as a closing thing. I think that beats any bonus footage. So here we go. And that is it. I won't go through yet. I'll have to get rid of this. And hopefully in the near future the co-op guys will hunt down the dragon. So watch this space. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.